Hi, everybody. Hey, Joan. Another last minute deal for going live, but what the heck? Let me get my window set up here. Joan, do you mind if I make you a mod? Jean said she might be a little bit late, just to keep an eye on the chat. If you'd rather not, that's fine. I think you're first in. Jean said she was on a bus coming back from somewhere, I think, and nothing really. It's more to deter anybody else from add moderator. Now you'll show up in blue next time you make a comment, I think. Hi. I'm going to get my windows straightened up here. Hey, Galena. Oh, is that Orla? Okay. Hey, Orla. I can't remember screen names for the life of me. All right. Oh, I want to see if my Zoom works now. Let me test my Zoom. I think I was able to do what Jean told me to do. Oh, yeah, it's working. Okay. All right. I think we got everything. All systems go. Who else we got in here? Linda, Eileen, CB, Sandra. So we're just going to play down here today a little bit, and I want to put together a journal like CeeCee made with the disc bindings and the lavender punch. I got some rose gold discs and have some B paper that's already cut 6x9. Everybody keeps going crazy about B paper. CeeCee, I just said your name and then you popped in. It's as though it's a miracle. I saw somebody else. Gayla. Hello, love. Linda. Tindaloo. Norway. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Hey, Star. All right. So last week, I think it was last week, I did my crazy mixing experiments. And the end of what I ended up with was I ended up with 4 different trays or large full pans of varieties of this one combination that I was making. And I thought it was going to be a bust because when I tested it on black paper, it doesn't really look like much, right? I mean, there's some shimmer in there, but the cobalt turquoise pigment that I used is opaque. So it didn't do, hey Heidi, welcome. Oh, from Dick. We got somebody here from Norway too. But it didn't do as much as I thought it would do on black, like the other ones did, right? Remember these? How bright they were. And this one just doesn't have that same pop. And that's because that was an opaque pigment in there. However, happy accident. Hey, Shauna. Happy accident that those pigments combined caused some granulation that I didn't expect. Now, here's the best example right here. Look at that. Hello, lover. You can still see the sparkle in it. And I don't know if I actually panned some of it when it was doing this or what stage it was in. It was kind of a free-for-all, as most things are that I am involved with. But Xander, I think it was Xander, CeeCee, I forget who it was, said clean up my glass mixing plate with some paper and just pick up what's left on the plate instead of washing it and just washing it off and throwing it away. So here's some of those pieces. And of course, it's just a background, but I also practice punching on it so I can cut that off. But you can see, and this is just how the pigments acted. I sprayed a little water on the glass and then blotted these up, kind of like I was going to do a jelly print or any kind of mono print. And you can see where these really kind of pigmented. I mean, pigmented. Granulated. Give me that word, people. You know what I was trying to say. But there's a good shot. And see how those the purple that was made by the Hosta Perm transparent that I added in with the cobalt teal to get a purple thing going. I like how this kind of striped look down there. That's a cool piece right there. Hello, lover. I'm seeing maybe cut off a semicircle here and use that in some kind of a collage as a sun. I know, it's the best, isn't it? The cleanup stuff. And then somebody was hollering, put it on Yupo, put it on Yupo. I forget who it was. And then I did. And here's how it came up on Yupo. You can really see the granulation in that. Looks like a craters almost on the Yupo. And it had like a perfect circle that lifted up for some reason. But as Yupo does, hey, Dot, you know, the pigments kind of kept moving. So it kind of covered that up. There's an interesting streak. Let me see if I can get that to catch the light right in here. There we go. Some really pretty bits in there. But anyway, what I wanted to do is go back while I still have these pans out here. And I'm going to just test these after we let them sit for a while, for a week to dry up. Let's see how they re-wet. Let's see how they Gail, let me see. Let me have a brush. All the brushes I have, I always go for this Silver Black Velvet 8. I put some out intentionally to make me use other brushes. So these are those 4. Put a little water out here on them a little bit. And I'll put some over on these. You probably can't see these, but this is the one I did with the black. Remember I mixed black and some of the lagoon with the black? And I had a wild idea. You need to punch circles out of those. Yeah, I know. I know. There's bits of them that look genius. And the rest looks like a little bit of a mess. But that's okay. That's what it was. Okay, let's try these and just see, for shits and giggles, as we say. Let's see what happens here. Let me bring you in a little bit. That's this one. And these were in any stage of combinations of those same pigments in different proportions. And then I throw in some gold at one point, and then who knows? Somebody asked me in one of my comments if I keep my formulas, which would be a good idea, but I don't do that. I just everything's an experiment, and it'll suck when I really, really like something to try to duplicate it, but I got an idea of how to go back after this one. This one's really good right here, I think. And this was the darkest one of the mix, more on the purple side. You can see that's more purple there. These were all creamer pigments. For anybody wanting to know that wasn't here. And you can see this one's already breaking apart. That one too. And they're all cutting too. So let me get this one a little wetter down here. I didn't give that one a fighting chance too. Okay. So let me put those out of harm's way. And then I think this one might have just been chroma green by itself. And these wet so easy, you don't really have to add too much pigment on there. I think this was a chroma green. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let me get a piece of black. Hey, Nancy. Oh, you know what this was? That is the chroma green. But this is not. Keep getting magic green and chroma green mixed up. This chroma green was spectacular. Really pretty. Combination of like turquoise and mint. Metallics. Pearlescent, I guess is the proper name. So as you can see, they don't do much on this white paper. Hey, Tam. They don't do much on this white paper. I don't want to move this too much, but what you can see looks green and like pink-ish. There you go. A little pink in there. But if you look at it on the black, focus. There we go. See how shiny that is? And I just lifted a little bit off of there. So that's really interesting. I'm going to write that on there right now. Right now. Chroma green. All right. This one was Magic Green Tropical Sunrise. That one really shrunk in the pan. See how it dried up and really shrunk down. Oh, I see where Tam said she's been drawing nautilus shells because of Gala. That piece was stunning that you had there, Gala. Of the Gala and Kathy taught a second class of this year at my retreat of pewter embossing, a more advanced class. They brought some samples that were stunning, and this one with that nautilus shell, which really speaks to me too, because you know, my ocean days, diving and fishing and boating and all that stuff. I just really like anything nautical like that. This one was Magic Green. Tropical Sunrise, it says on there. It's a lot to put on a little pan. Hey, Bunny. What did I just say that was? Magic Green. Tropical Sunrise, Magic Green. I brought cough drops just in case it starts happening. And this was a pretty color. Royal Damask. It looks, you can see a little pink sheen in the pan. Hey, Zandra. Hey, Xander, just for, hang on. Hang on. What am I doing here? Xander, I just flipped you in as a, not flipped you off. I just added you as a moderator, just for giggles. Joan's in there too. Jean's running late today. She was out. We probably won't need anything, but just in case. Hey, Lynn. just in case a crazy sneaks in. Oh, wait, they're already here. Gayla, did I mention names? Gayla? Watch out for her. So this one is Royal Damask. Gayla has something against vegetables. But you can see where it hits the black bristles of that my brush, how those colors are going to flash in there. And this is a really, really pretty color. Not on white so much. You will get a little bit of a glisten as it dries. But watch this bad boy on black. It just keeps going and going and going. We'll see if I can get it to show any better today. I don't know why it would show better today than it did last week, but it's a really bright magenta, and it flashes a brassy, golden brassy color as one of its when it does the color shift. There you can kind of see a little bit of that brass. It doesn't really shine the way it does here. Darn it! But anyway, that's the Royal Damask. That was really pretty. I gotta write it on the thing, Patty. Keep up the program. Travis, hey. Hey, Heidi. These pigments are crazy when you put them on black and white and see the difference of them. These don't show up great, as I showed you earlier, on the black because they've got an opaque pigment in there, and it really knocks down the shimmer. These are ones that I mixed together with pigments myself last week. Put that there, and now I had ended up with a whole pan, a full pan and a half pan. But I tell you what, this black, now that my nail we were working out on the deck today, and my nail got ripped off. So now I have 2 ripped off on one hand. I think I'm going to give up on the manicures. That's what I think again I'm going to do. So anyway, that black right there, that little bit of black, that was from that pigment. Last week, a little bit got under the side of my nail, and I scrubbed and scrubbed for a week, and it's still there. Can't get it off. So that might be a staining pigment. I'm just glad I got it off the rest of me. I had it all over the place. All right, let's go. Hey, Lucy. Yeah, unless you're really going to use the pigments, Lucy, you wouldn't want to do that. This is Furnace Black with Pacific Lagoon. And it's not much on the white. And that black is a real dense black pigment. That just turned my whole large mason jar went black with one dip. It's really strong. Hence the staining on the nail. But since I have the lagoon in there, you can see when I use this on black that it just shows the lagoon, I believe, is what comes out of there, if I remember. But this isn't black watercolor paper. This is just bond paper. I don't want to waste black watercolor paper, as precious as that is, to do swatches. But you can see that you just see the lagoon come through, right? It breaks through all that black pigment, and you just see, I'm trying to show you the purple it flips into. You can see it a little bit over there, right? That's really pretty in person. I wish you could see it. But Sandra knows what it is, and CeeCee knows what it is, and Joan and some of the other ladies that were there in Maryland know what that looks like in person. I know. I know. It's really hard, see? So here it is. And this is kind of, even on white paper, this is showing. Actually, the purple shows up better. Well, maybe not on camera. But the teal and the purple, let me turn it this way. Which the lagoon, you can't, it looks like these colors on white usually. But mixed with the black, it's got something to reflect off of. Come on. Focus, my little darling. Ah, not going to focus. How rude. Where are you? There we go. But you can see a lot of that. So this would be better used. Well, not better, but something where you can use the lagoon on a white background and use the black pigment to bounce it off of. That would still work. So let me mark this one. Looks pretty in the pan too when it gets wet. You can see that the lagoon reflecting off of the black. You know what, CeeCee showed your volcanic tree the other day? I thought for sure those shimmers were Pacific Lagoon. I thought maybe you got some when we were in New York. Of course, now I'm going to, of course, the staining color is what I'm having a trouble with here. Sweet mother of pearl. Maybe I'll write the name on that later when it dries. Yeah, let's do that. Good Lordy, Lordy, I'm going to need a... Oh, well, you guys, you knew about my friend from last time I streamed that was in intensive care. Hey, Liz. He is much better. He was in really dire straits for a long time. He was on a ventilator for 12 days with severe Legionnaire's disease. 51 years old, perfectly healthy, and on a ventilator, induced coma for 12 days. They pulled him out of the coma. He is eating and sitting up with help. It's got a long way to go. It's about to do physical therapy and you know, a bunch of stuff like that. But he's doctors expect him to make a full recovery. Where at one point they were worried about damage to his organs and possibly to his brain because of lack of oxygen, because his lungs were 100% and 95% full when he went to urgent care. The doctor said he shouldn't have been able to walk in. So it's been a whole big thing. But he's doing really, really well. And, you know, so I know a lot of people said they were going to say prayers for him. And I just wanted to say thank you because they're working. Patty, a lot of people's sound is staticky. We're all getting audio crackling. I have no idea why. Nothing changed here. Don't even know what to do about that. I wonder if it's if it's the air conditioner heat pump turned on in the background. I wonder if that's what you're hearing, maybe. Because if it's not, I don't know what to do about that. You got any ideas, E? Keep going. We'll see when Jean comes in if she's got any ideas. Talk and crack. I won't talk. I'll just do it. I'll just mime everything. But here are these dried up now. See how they granulated and broke apart? Oh, Mama, love you. This one. That one. These are the 4 different one mishmash of stuff I had on the glass last week. Yeah, well, they all focused with this one. That's all right. Just don't focus. I don't care. See if I care. Yeah, the mic's built into the camera and nothing touches it. No, there's no adjustment. It's just on when the camera's on. There's no adjustment to it that I'm aware of. Hang on. Now I'm determined to write this on there before I forget it. Because I will. You know I will. All right. So I bought, CeeCee and Xander, being the rose gold fools that you are, like I am. I saw 31 Purple Fish I follow on Instagram. Right? And they do handmade watercolors. And I've been eyeballing this. I thought, I don't need more metallic paints. I don't need more metallic paints. Well, I got more metallic paints. But this is the watch card that comes in her little mini tin that she sends. Right? And these are 5 colors, all different kind of rosy golds. There's shimmer in there. So I swatched them on white here. Not this one. This is my own rose gold. I wanted to compare because this looked pretty close to mine when I did it. Hello. Are you going to focus? That pigment right there in the middle is really pretty. All of them are really pretty, actually. There it is. And I wanted to compare it. Let me scoot down to mine. Hello. There it goes. It's close, but it is different still. This is more of a pinky yellow, more than mine. It's more of a champagne rose, I guess. I don't know. Who the hell knows? This one reminds me of Autumn Mystery or even Magic Indian Summer a little bit. That's the darker one, and that's almost all shimmer in there. There you go. Really pretty. Oh, thank you, CeeCee. Rose Queen. I've been called worse. I'll take it. So I didn't do these on black. I want to do these on black real quick, and then we will get on to making my CeeCee journal. I'm going to copycat her. That's right. I don't mind telling her. So, these are the 31 Purple Fish. This one is called Rose Gold, and this is the Rose Gold collection. All right. This is the Rose Gold. This one's called Golden Pink. I really like this one. This one reminds me, Zia, that one that you made that was real runny at the end of our time in New York. And ran a little bit through the trays. See my message about the voucher store. Oh, that's for Z. Okay. Yeah, there's Sandra, there's all sorts of different names from different, if you look at Tokyo Pigments and you look at Creamer Pigments, you'll see names like really weird names that are on here. Color Stream, Prisma. There's another one that starts with an X. Xylidium, I don't know what they are, but they're all the different metallic ones and shift ones. I don't know what it all means, but they all have like different names for, I don't know if it's the size of the pigment or how it shifts or what. Yeah, Gayla, her Xandra's storefront is that like liquid watercolor moving around in the background. It's a really cool effect on your store, Z. So by the way, Xander, put your link up there for your store. Xander has an online store. I think most of you here probably know that, but anyone watching on YouTube, Scraps to Beauty by Xandra, in my chat, you'll see she's going to throw a link up there to her store that is paintandpaperstudio.com. And she makes and sells my rose gold and a couple other mixes that she's doing. Thanks, Z. There it is. And stencils and stamps and glue pens, and there's a bunch of stuff out there. It's growing day by day pretty much. So check out Xandra's store and get some goodies there. This one is called Pink Copper. These look really different on black, as they always do. This last one is called Pink Gold. That's really pretty. And then she sent me a little, I think that's blue lilac is my guess. Blue. Yep, not going to focus, but we'll just do it ourselves. Oh, it really turns purple when it's wet. See the purple coming out of there? And I might have to keep my eye on this one. Oh, look at you. Hello, lover. Darn it. I don't need more shimmery. I don't need more shimmery. Oh my God. Somebody said the background hurt their eyes. Oh, good Lord. A little wisp of orange and turquoise over white. Oh, Lord. Well, I love it for one. Let me just make that clear. You can't please them all. You're right, Joan. This one's got a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's still wet on here. But let me move these out of the way. Here's that blue lilac. You can see some of the purple on this one shift. That one's beauty-miss. Beauty-miss. And there's the other 5. Show you those while I still have them here. These are all in the rose gold set except for the blue one. There's a separate pigment, but these are all in the rose gold set. And then, let me just do it just so you know. I'll put my rose gold down here on the black, and we'll see. I have my petri dish of rose gold. And we'll see how that compares. I guess it's a little more pigmented than this one. It's Beauty Mist, though. Gotta tell you, it almost has a shift to it. Got in this particular instance, you can't really see the champagne-y pinkiness to that. It looks more, there you go. Looks more silver. It's because I think the light, it's so reflective on some of these. Anyway, I gotta find out something to do with all these kind of swatches I have laying around. Okay, let me set these somewhere safe to dry. And where are you guys gonna go? Where am I gonna put you all? Put them all there. A little tray there. I'm gonna keep you, Blue Lilac. You're too pretty. I usually don't like dot cards. I mean, they're handy to test out something, but hi, Kathy. There's no way to store. I have a hard enough time storing all the pans and crap that I have. I can't. I'm gonna go for a clean sheet of paper to try to start punching holes in the bead paper that I got. Let me try wiping these fingers off with a baby wipe. Let me get something here to focus on, or you guys gonna go out of focus? Yeah, they're just. And you know what? To be honest, I was doing shoot, my mind just went. Tracy Bautista. I was doing her custom inks and watercolor, more for her watercolors, and I have a few of her half pans, and I was doing those for a few months on her subscription, and then she changed to doing dot cards, and I just stopped because I don't like dot cards. I get dot cards for samples and all that stuff, but yeah. How would watercolors be on a jelly plate, Sandra? Is that what you're asking? Watercolors in general, not so good because they just beat up. I mean, you can get some blobby prints because they'll beat up and you'll get little droplets all over the plate. Oh, speaking of jelly plates, that reminded me. There's going to be an iStencils sale coming up. So don't buy anything now. Wait for the 13th of September, and it's through the 16th. I'm going to get the details from Sherry soon, but this will be the official kind of launch to our one and only Joan Smithies, Minky 5 and Crafterholic on Facebook. Everybody's been looking to buy her stencils. And she's the latest designer, newest designer for iStencils. So when you go to look for her stencils, and I'll be demoing all those, Joan Sherry's going to send me all your new designs so I can demo those live and people can see them when I stream. So you'll find Joan's stencils under my heading on iStencils. They'll have Joan's name on them as the designer. She gets a commission for them and all that. It's just a easier place for you to go find them. It's kind of like my group, me and Joan is under me and my viewer, my friend, my whatever. It's just an easier place to find all of hers because they've got about 3,800 stencils now. So if you go try to looking through all those to try to find one of Joan's without it being in a place, it'd be a little difficult. But you're probably going to be the same kind of deal. I don't know if it's going to be 20 or 25% off your entire purchase. Usually domestic shipping is free in the when you spend over $50. And if you spend that much, there's usually a free stencil as well. But we don't have all that sorted yet. I didn't want to commit to a date until I knew how my friend was doing. That was in intensive care. So he's doing much better. So I'm feeling like we're good for the 13th and 14th. So there you go. So I wanted to do, and I got the different Lavender punch. CeeCee got that, the gigantic one from Lavender. Not gigantic, but it's a lot more and heavier duty than this. But it was gifted to her, and I just got the smaller one. It's very heavy, actually. Can you hear how heavy that is? Dave's probably thinking the sky's falling. So anyway, CeeCee Creations CeeCee on YouTube, and CeeCee, you should throw your link out there to your YouTube channel. Did a video, and if you do, have it, throw it for your journal that you did. I don't remember what that was called, but CeeCee took big sheets of watercolor paper and cut them down. I think to 6x9s, and then punch them, and then use a disc bound binder or a disc bound binding system to hold it together. And she put covers on it. Oh, I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the covers. Ah, crap. Anyway, it's gorgeous. I saw it in person in Maryland, and of course, all the stuff she puts in it every day is too freaking good. And there's Xander just put up CeeCee's YouTube link. Thanks, E. It does. I've tested it already, trying to get it lined up for where I want to have the holes even. Boom. There it is. Now, I don't know if it'll go through two. That's just one sheet. Come on, that's 140 pounds. I'm going to put this over there. Try to keep it as clean as possible. And you know, it's funny with the B paper, the way it's packaged. I'm not sure I know which side's the front, which side's the back. That sounds stupid, but there's a like the texture pattern on one side is larger and the back is finer. So I'm thinking it's the larger size is the front of the paper. Anybody know anything about that? Hey, Limo. I'm going to assume so. I'm going to keep plowing on. Oh, I said I was going to do two, but I didn't. I did one. Okay, let's try and keep up with what you're saying, Patty. Or rough ride is usually the front. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know what? It's not CeeCee. It's too tight. Now maybe there's an adjustment, but it's not big enough to get two in there. I think it has the strength to punch through two. Huh. But two won't fit into the slot where it has to go. That's this way. And that's kind of, it curves like there's a little bit of curve to this pad. See how it's curved just a little bit? And this looks like it happens to be the front. So if you're on YouTube, you might want to just scoot along a little bit because this is going to take a while. Unless you want to stay tuned for the witty banner. Patty, you might not be able to do the chipboard. Oh, yeah. Well, I have some kind of thin chipboard that I used to put in when I would package my stamps. Which reminds me, one of my customers on Etsy ordered a set of stamps that somehow the count was off and they're out of stock. And I've emailed her, but I haven't heard back from days about if she wants a refund or wants to wait for the order to come back in. So if you're listening, I emailed you. Just practice, watercolor practice, and some abstracts. I want to be just like CeeCee. So I must make this journal because if I have the tools and I have the paint and I have the paper, I have to be better, right? I have to be as good as CeeCee. I don't think it works that way, but I'm going to try to believe that. I know, kidding, Travis. You know what, CeeCee, I think I will be better too. I just don't have a lot of time to, I can't paint every day. And that's what kills me. Oh, look, here's a piece of here. Maybe this will work. Here's a piece of here. Sound like I got off the boat from Italy there for a minute. Checks are in the mail. For giving you a compliment. Oh, it did go in. Hey, that might be a cover. I'll cover that with scrapbook paper because that's what CeeCee did. Oh, God bless you. Oh, well, only thing is though, Gayla, I'm not sure the discs would hold the deli paper. If you're talking about deli paper, that's what I use most when I jelly plate when I want to use it for collage. I'm not sure. I think the disc would be too heavy for the deli paper, but it would be good for cardstock or bond paper. Now, Eileen, you have little faith. I'm going to go with 6. Put me down for 6 in the pool. CeeCee's one of my favorite people on the planet to meet in person and hang out with. And those who got the chance to this year will agree, I'm sure. How big are your discs? I didn't get giant ones. These are 1.5 inches, I think. 1.5 inches. It's by Levenger. Levenger is a really cool site. They have really nice high-end tools and planners and leather goods and all kind of cool stuff. The disc binding system and something feels. Where are my chads? I think this whole thing pops off. Oh, look, it does. There's Chad. Put my rubber back on. Where's Jeremy? Jeremy? Who's Jeremy? Are you asking me that, Denise? I don't know that I know a Jeremy. Oh, my frog. That's Prince. He's right here. He happens to be hanging on the mug Xander gave me. And sitting next to the frog and tadpole food that, shocker, Gayla gave me. You never can be too prepared. You said there's Chad. Remember Chad and Jeremy, the singing duo? Oh, no, I should. I was born in 57. I should remember that, but I can't say that I do. I'm a little slow on the take-up today, Denise. Well, Kim, Z, do you have those mugs on your site? Yep. See, Xander's got them on her site, Kim. You can order a mug just like that there. Xander, you got any Queen's Ink classes coming up before your surgery? I'm guessing no, because your surgery is coming up pretty soon, isn't it? All right. I don't have any idea how many this is, but let's get these on the discs and see what we got. And don't you know, 1, 6. This takes 6, and of course there's 11 in here. Couldn't take 5. I like that saying. Well, Gayla, I will, when I do the stencil sale to demo all the designs, I'll be doing my jelly plate again. I burnt out on it. I probably have a 2-foot high pile of cardstock jelly prints. That doesn't include my bond paper and my deli paper and my tissue paper and my music sheets and everything that I printed on. I've had to give myself a break. I don't know how many I should put on here at once. Maybe one. Well, then I'm doing this wrong. How should I do this? I want to do this so I can like get a rhythm going here, and it's not going to work. I'm wrong-handed or something, trying to do it for the camera. That seems stupid to do that and flip it. Doesn't it? Yes, it does. Maybe I shouldn't have this pile here and just do a few from the bottom. Oh, I would need another disc, wouldn't I? Okay, that wasn't too smart. Apparently, there's a technique to putting the discs in, which I have not yet mastered. Can I get it all in here? Oh, totally screwing it up. Oh, I can. Yeah, we're going a little smoother. Get my head out of my rear end. Oh, first one and last one to hold everything straight. Again, good information 5 minutes ago. That would have been a good tip had I seen it in time. CeeCee, when are you going to go live again? Oh, no, I got to figure out where the fronts of these, which way is the front of these pages so I put them all in the right way. All right. Oh, hell, did I screw it up already? Wait a minute. How can you screw up a disc-bound journal with just plain paper? This is how. Pay attention. All right, that's a front. Oh, hell's bells. Take that one out. How can you? Oh, yeah, CeeCee. That's a lot to do. All right, let me figure out, for Pete's sake. I got to take my glasses off. I can't see when I'm up close. Eileen, if you'll notice, I dropped nothing on the floor yet. So, I believe that's what you were talking about. That's the right side. Wrong. Right. Okay, I think these are all good. Sweet mother of pearl. So that's right. That's right. I'm going to do them like this one at a time. It's going to take a while. Again, on YouTube, you may want to spring forward. That's the funniest thing. Great. Let me get out here a little bit so you don't miss anything. God forbid. So these are all laying forward. You try it. Oh, Lord of mercy. Didn't look this difficult when CeeCee did it. CeeCee, did you make your cover the exact size of your papers? Oh. Cover's the same. Hope you choke, Gayla. Just kidding. You already spritzed yourself in the face with the sprinkler. I got a little chuckle out of that one myself. So I guess it's my turn to be on the other end of the chuckle. I want to make sure I had the right side on the right side. I know if I was going to use it, well, I probably will use it top down, so then it wouldn't really matter, right? Is that what's so funny? Joan! Yeah, Joan's jumping on the sewing machine. That one was pretty bad. Yeah. Oh, God. I think the problem was I thought I had some up and some down, not all the right way. I know I could flip this over and use it if they were all the same way. I'm not that bad off yet. This is like watching paint dry, I'm sure. Can't fast forward like CeeCee did her YouTube video. When you're live, you get what you get. Look at me go now. Who's laughing now, Gayla? Just reading the chat. I didn't have a stroke. Don't call 911 yet. I should give some of you, my mods, Dave's cell phone number in case I ever snuff it down here. You can text Dave so he didn't find me the next day. That's part of duties for... Oh, I'll get her done, Denise. If it's my last breath. Now I got to figure out what scrapbook paper I want on here. God, I got so much scrapbook paper that I started collecting that stuff back when I was making the cigar boxes, when I was on that little binge. And whenever I'd see a new set of papers come out that I thought would make a cute box, of course I have to buy 2 of each. You know, one for the outside, one for the inside bottom, inside top, underneath, the sides, and I had all the different matching patterns. Then, of course, you had to have 2 of each in case you screwed up one. You know, all that stuff. So I've got a lot of that stuff. But Paula, when she came down the first year, when she drove down with, excuse me, Carrie, she brought me from a scrapbook store where she used to work. They closed the store, and that, you know, there's those tall, skinny racks, paper racks that are like a little bit on an angle, where they would display their scrapbook papers. I have one. She brought it for me. And wireless caller. Oh, that's Dave's friend. He's going to have to get that. We were out working on the deck this morning. The construction's all done. So there's some of the gel. Oh, that's a good idea, Denise. See, I don't think of that. I'm not that smart. I'm thinking about putting paper on these discs. They may, Lynn, I know she sells some. I'm not sure if they're disc or spiral, but I've heard, I can't remember her name that does joggles, but I've heard her talk about making their own watercolor journals. And I have the paper. I didn't have the punch, but I got the punch. Now I have the punch. So I just can whip them up whatever size I want. And I'm giving CeeCee that credit for that idea. Oakley is good. He's almost 7 months old. He'll be 7 months old next week. He's probably, I don't know, I'd guess 65, 67 pounds now. Now, CeeCee, with your eyeball and with discs you have, do you think I should put more in there to come around the discs a little bit more, or when does it get cumbersome? Anybody have any input with disc experience? Okay, Kim, take care. Have a good visit. Hey, Wilena. Think I'm good with that much? Okay. Hang on. Oh, well, that didn't take that much time. I got extra paper. Hey, Teresa. All right. Get my punch. Oh, no, I need to make, oh, hang on. Oh, I have one here. Just luckily, I have another pack of this bee paper and another piece of that cardboard in there, or whatever that's called, chipboard. Where the hell's my handy dandy razor blade? Teresa, when I saw your comment the other day on a video on YouTube, I was saying your name in my head. Like, God, do I know her other than stream? Do I know Teresa Peterman? Then it hit me. I was thinking about Seinfeld. Mr. Peterman. Any relation? Here's the bee paper I'm using. I get this on Amazon. It's 140 cotton rag, acid free, already cut to 6x9, 50 sheets. That's the one. So I'm just opening this. But these are really handy sheets to grab for a quickie. Oh, okay. Yeah, Teresa. Oh, good Lord. I'm telling you, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. See, I knew you. Didn't know where, but I knew you. Pitiful. So now, CeeCee, let's see what I'm going to make. See what I do here. Remember when you did the back cover and flipped it over, it didn't line up because it was a little bit different. I can just pull that around and make that the back and punch this the same way as I punched everything else, and I should be good to go. If my calculations are correct. I have a CeeCee journal. Almost. Yeah, so now what am I going to cover this with? Oh my God, if you would see all the crap I've got everywhere, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I really need to figure out a better solution. I'm going to get this squared away before the eye stencil sale because I need a lot of elbow room with jelly printing. Hi, Sarah from Slovenia. Wow. Thank you for joining us. We had a Norway and a Denmark here earlier, and England. A couple from England. All right, let me ask. My goodness. I'm just throwing stuff now to get it out of my way. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't yet have a disc department, but I may need one. Where am I going to put you? Oh, I had more punched already. That's okay. I'll put it right there. I'll have it for the next one. These out of my way. I'm going to look in my drawers right here for something to see if I can find an appropriate paper to cover these journals with. I don't know if Deli might be a little too fragile. Oh, that's pretty. I don't think it's big enough though, and it's watercolor, so it's going to be. Hey, Kate, haven't seen you for a long time. Welcome. I've been saving that for something, but I would only be able to put it on. I don't know. I'll seal it with some Kmart. Oh, hang on. What are all these little lovelies here? I don't even know what the heck this is. I think somebody sent this to me. Oh, it's just shy. Interesting. When I dig in here after a while, I find things that I didn't know I had. Oh, what size is this? Oh, that's too short too. Too short. Too short. Yeah, I think Deli's going to be too thin, isn't it? Maybe painted Deli? Oh, and collage it, Lynn. Now, yeah, you're getting fancy on me. Oh, maybe I'll do that. That might look cool, huh? To collage it with a bunch of different stuff. Add black paint to it. See, now you people are working with me. Now you're working with me. All right, let's see what we can do with that. See, that's why I keep you around. You give me these ideas when I'm a little on the brain dead side. So let's pull out this one. And that's the top of that one. And this side stays up on this one. That stays up there. Use the cardstock jelly prints. Black paint the edges. Bond Deli. Glue deli prints on the cardboard. Okay. All of the above. Okie dokie. So, Eileen, I must agree you have a good idea about painting the edges black. I have some black paint. I get an old acrylic brush out of here. There we go. Let's see. Use cardstock jelly prints. CeeCee stealing Gayla's ideas. I knew it. Gayla, I never know what you're thinking. That's part of your charm. Let me put this here. And put this here so I don't totally. Right? Yeah. I do that for a lot of stuff, Eileen, actually, but I didn't think about it here. So, good tip, my friend. I'm just going to do a little teeny tiny. This is Golden's. That's the first thing I had here to grab. Stuff goes a good ways. Patti, CeeCee. Don't make me separate you two. Is 1,500 miles not enough? Oh, I forgot to tell Teresa and Randy I was going on. Never heard of what Janet said. Janet say? Try to keep them straight, Nance. I don't want to get this too much in the middle of this because I don't want it to be coming through the thin deli paper every spot. It's been so nice here the last few days. It's about to get hotter in Hades again tomorrow. I think it's calling for close to 100 tomorrow. Shoot me now. All right, try to get most of this out so I don't totally ruin my water. Put that in my water that's already black, the black watercolor, and then I'm not going to dip anything back in there again if I do any watercolory stuff later. Okay, let those dry. I'm going to take this and I'm going to spray this with Kmart. Oh, that's adhesive spray. Wrong stuff. Let me step out the back door real quick. Oh my God. Dave and I were upstairs out on the deck working earlier. We carried the 6 chairs to our picnic table the end of August, carrying them upstairs because we had construction done all summer. But we do have a couple more months we can use the deck. So we carried those up, washed those all down, washed the dining table, washed a couple of these column fan lantern kind of things we had. They're really cool. I don't know what the hell to call them. Anyway, we're out there doing all this work, bending and stooping and stuff. And I think I strained everything. Anyway, I'm going to step outside, spray this with Kmart. I'll be back. Chat amongst yourselves, CeeCee and Gayla. Try and keep it together. All right. I was out there thinking about this, and I think I used it. I think this was under paper when I made that canvas with the hot glue and all the inks that was in Jody Old's book. I think this was the under paper from that. But I think these were mostly inks. But I do have some rose gold splotted over there. I do believe. So I'm going to let that sit there a little bit. I'm going to hit these with a heat gun. I think they're dry, but just in case, we shall see. Heat gun. Great, painted it to the paper. Watch, this will be a fiasco. All right. And that's on newsprint too, so it will be more opaque and not clear around the edges. Okay. All right, let's get some papers other than this one. I know I'm going to use this one. Oh, hang on. Hold your phone. I wonder if I just use some of these on there. I have to spray those too. I don't know. I'll keep that in mind. I'll take that under consideration. I know I have more. And more and more. All right. Let's see what else I got. These are some painted deli. I always like painting deli. That was always fun. Hey, cat. That. Oh, here's another piece. No. All right. Got my head back into the my scrap paper drawer. Moly, I wondered where they were. Hard to tell what you can find. Oh, you know what? That would be a cool thing to do. Remember when we corrugated these papers? Make the covers out of corrugate. Make the covers out of corrugate and paint the rose gold and the different shiny metallics on there. What's wrong with you people? Huh. Yeah, if you don't have corrugate and you have one of those little corrugate makers, you could do that. Damn it. All right, we'll carry on with this one. I'm going to make more. All right. I always pull out way more than I'll ever possibly use, but God forbid you don't have just that right little piece. Oh, I always like this one with the script over it and that big silver stamp. Remember that one? You guys go that way back into that era? Here's a whole stack of these. Oh. I love that one. That one was pretty. I used that for something already. There's no way I'm going to need all these papers. I have some cool ones in here. I'll be adding to it in a couple weeks too when I do all the jelly prints for the eye stencil sale. And I saw something else I wanted to play with. Ooh, that's a cool piece. That's cardstock though. Do you guys see Shannon Green's recent video where she did watercolor on sponges through stencils? It was good. Oh, excuse me. I yawned on camera. I'm boring myself. Okay. I know I want some of that. I know I want some of that. Could fit in some of that. Maybe some of that. I can do without those. I'll keep this. This is what I do every time when I collage. Like, do I want that bad? That's the wrong kind of color family now. Even though, if you remember, that was my first pick. Yeah, she took those little, like these makeup sponges, the real dense ones, and she wet some watercolor. I think she was using watercolor crayons that she had broken up and put in a little palette and spritzed them with some water. And she took a little bit of watercolor on the sponge and then blotted it off. So it was almost just barely damp. And then she used it, I think most of them she did on, is it suede text? It's this new like indestructible paper she's using for pockets inside of her custom keeper traveler's notebooks that she's making. And it's got a different, I guess it's suede-like texture. And it really took the watercolor well. Then she tried different papers and it was all working because it's not so wet. Yeah, they come out real soft colors. And it was a real crisp image. Now, if it was too wet, and she was doing it like this over the thing, not just pouncing it. She started just wiping it when it was drier. But these held on to a pigment enough to keep not having to re-wet after every time she used it. She just kept using this same sponge without re-wetting it for a good while. And it was pretty cool. So remind me to do that. I want to try doing that when I'm stenciling. Hang on, somebody's Washington, D.C. Don't think I know you. Hope it's not an emergency. So these were my, damn, I hope that's not a work call. Well, if it is, they'll leave me a voicemail. Possibly. I'm going to turn my ringer back on. I had it off because Babe gets so scared when my text sound goes off. You'd think it was a bomb of some sort. But it's not. I might keep this one out. Not this one, not this one. Maybe this is these two. But these are going to react. I should spray these too. Maybe I won't use those. Look at me, talking myself in and out of this crap. Okay. So now, yeah, it's with Shannon Green. There's another one who's awesome. This one's really cool. Is this labels or that's paper? No, that's the one I screwed up. I thought I was making this on labels. And it's on a piece of paper, not labels. Or is it? Wait a minute. Oh, hell no. It's on a label. It's on a full sheet label, not the circle labels. That's what it was. Yep, it's peeling off. So I can just stick that puppy right on there when I'm ready. Ah, Jamie! Hello, dear. So, okay, let's see. Some of that, some of that. I don't know about that. Maybe a little sliver of you and you and you. All right, let's start. See the pictographs kind of buried in there. That's why I like it. That's why I like it. I'm going to cut some of this white out. No, I don't want to do that. I'll just tear it off. I don't want sharp edges. Or do I want to do half on one side and collage around it and half on the other side? Maybe we will get around it. All right, let's just see. Not one for fussy cutting, I can tell you that. I have been so crazy busy with my schedule for months, as you guys probably know, most of you know, for different reasons, that I've not even had a chance to design any new stencils. This will be the second time I've done a release where I haven't had any new designs. But I'm hoping to be able to get back to it at some point in the near future. I want to make a second set of pictographs. I have about half of a plate of those ready. I just have to take the time to come up with some more. I'll get there one of these days. So do I want to do that, or does that take up too much? That kind of takes up too much, doesn't it? I'm like all thumbs today. I don't know. Do I want to do that? A littler sliver? Or maybe a corner piece like that? I don't know. September 13th to the 16th is when we're going to have the sale, and I'll be doing lives every day to show the new designs. And the coupon code will come out that day as well. I don't know. I can't think. Oh, I need to get my matte medium and a brush. I don't have any new releases coming out, Jamie, but Joan Smithies that's on here has a line with eye stencils now, and I'll be showing all of her new designs. People have been wanting to buy her stencils for so long. Now they can. Oh, cool, CeeCee. Thanks. All right, let's do more gluing and less running at the yap. How about that? I like the straight edge, but I don't want the writing to go sideways necessarily. I love this piece of paper. It was really nice when I did it. I know, Lynn, everyone. I just said something that reminded me of how I talk when I do Oakley's videos. Hi, everybody. Oakley here. Then it has to do his baby voice through the software on the app. All right. Less chatter. More gluing. Maybe I'll put a piece up here on that straight edge that'll get punched. Trying to watch the chat. God forbid I miss anything. Put this piece down here somewhere on this one. Just going to plop this piece any old where. Any old who. And now I want to get a piece of the piece I started with. How clever I was to use the board to cut that with. It's much better face to face, Gayla. You're right about that. Jody O's having another Remy in October down in North Carolina, and the girls that were there when I went in April are trying to talk me into going to that. Back to the scene of the crime with you and Kathy. They now have a house that they use in the Sandhills, like they do in Ocracoke. They have a house there called the Remy House, and you can also, of course, if you want to, go to a hotel if you don't want to share a room, because you'll have to share a room in the house. But it's more fun in the house in Ocracoke, I think. When we were in Ocracoke, oh my God, we had so much fun. I don't know what I'm going to end up with here. But we'll just keep going and see what happens. I've collaged so long, I feel like I've got 6 thumbs on each hand working. How did I have that? Doesn't matter, because I can come back and fix anything on the edges. I might just put like washi tape around the edges when I get to that point. Maybe a black polka dotted one or something plain to give me like a border-ish. Need a baby wipe. I'm all icky. Joan, must we go there? Oh, that's why Gayla wants to meet face to face again. Not really face to face. Oh, you people. Don't know about you guys. So I want to get oh, you're a brave lady, CB. Ah. Oh. Now, the piece I really wanted on there, you notice I haven't even touched it yet. That's got to go on there. Well, CeeCee, you know, I'm just wondering. Damn, I don't think that inhaler is working very good for me. For my cough-induced asthma. Oh, did you hear that one? That's supposedly what I have. I think I told you that last week. Cough variant asthma caused by the virus I had in July. It's supposed to go away with a steroid inhaler that I've been on for, I don't know, 8 days. Not so much so far. Oh, CB. Oh, God bless us. Now this one is already sticky. Oh, but it's not. Oh, wow. The sticky part's down here. And I printed on the back. Oh, you dumbass. I should have printed on this side. See what I did? Now I remember. It's all coming back. I printed on the wrong flipping side. Oh, and it's in stripes already. It was in the right labels. I just printed on the wrong side. Now it's coming back to me. I got it. Oh, maybe I could use this as a border. Maybe not. You're in the headlights. Great. Oh, my God. Oh. Ah. A little too close to home. All right. Let's get a little piece of this on each side. Somewhere, somehow. I don't know if that's slippery, though. I don't know if that's going to glue. Well, we'll try. And I'll put some down here, too. Let's see where that gets me. I'm going to take advantage of that straight edge. Patti, did you do something obscene in public? I cannot answer that question at this moment. Maybe never. I guess that would be a matter of opinion, Lynn. I think most of the population would say yes. I slipped, that's all. Now I can hear Oakley up there starting to squeak his toy. Can you guys hear that? Security camera. Oh, yeah, the boys in the booth are gonna love that. Okay. I need to get this in here somewhere. Or do I want to make one with just that? I don't know. I really like that one. Needs a little white, though. So how about if I... Oh, you know what I need? I know why that doesn't look right to me. What the hell is wrong with you people? I need a little black and white. Of course. So now, Jesus. Smush that all up. I'm not watching the chat at the moment. I'm wheeling myself over to get a punch. So this is a good size for these, I guess. I'm just going to punch out some squircles. Hello. How hard can this be? Like every collage needs some black and white. Little pops. Little papa. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's right, CeeCee. Tell her. Oh my. You know, if I'd ever have to look for another job, this would be incriminating. Come on, Gaily, you can't get out of it now. Thank you, though. I think that was sincere. So I need another one. I'm going to do this. I need to have an even number on both. I mean, an odd number on both sides, which means I need an even number to start with. Are you keeping up with that? There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's throw a little something here. Maybe something there. Maybe a little off the side there. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, yeah, back in the day, Lynn. Exactly, CeeCee. I'm going to use you for a character witness. Darn. I really like this. Maybe I could get a piece right there. I'm going to do it. Hell with it. How about that? That's how much I like it. Let me move that out of the way. And I'm going to fold this. Cut it in half-ish. Well, I could just, oh no, I don't have it here. Well, I'll use a ruler. That works out better for me than cutting it. Not a good cutter-upper, I told you. How do you cover well your work at learning when you measure the content of the book now? Well, let's just let the cover speak for it. I'm not sure about that work of art inside, but it'll be something inside. I can guarantee you that much. So I got a little something of all those things still sticking out there. If I do that, that means I got to use this side over here. Oh, well, it'll be on the opposite side when I flip it, but I'll lose my mermaid tails. Go up here with that one. I go all the way up. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Jane. Hey, Kayla, you went from laughing to insanity. Thank you. Again, I've been called worse. Get off of me. It's like a booger stuck to my finger. Okay, here we go. Putting her on and slapping her down. We'll see what happens. I just hope these stay down and don't misbehave as it gets used more and more. Oh, hell. It's rolling up. Might not even get it on there. Get off. Sorry about the cough. I got a cough drop with me. I'll have to grab that as soon as my hands are free. Once it starts, it doesn't stop anytime soon, usually. Okay. Cough drop. I've been picking my nose. What the hell are you talking about? This deli is tricky. You got to watch the air bubbles. Oh, booger on my finger. Missed that little nuance there. It was a glue booger. All right, let's set you here. Let's bring you over here. Let's do the same to you. Oh my God, Joan. Oh my God. That was at Queen's Ink, wasn't it? The night we went to Queen's Ink. I was sick then. But the doctor said I wasn't contagious and said it's just a virus, has to run its course, but I was coughing. So we were in Queen's Ink. Or no, we were in the art room. And they had those little candies. That's what it was. It was one of those little candies that they put up by the projectors the hotel puts there. Yeah. I had one of those little candies. And, well, I coughed and actually spit it out of my mouth back at the art room. And the day goes on. Who knows what time of day I did that? The day goes on. We go to Queen's Ink that night on our little shopping spree. And I decide I need to go to the ladies' room, so I walk down the hall there to the ladies' room. I go in there and I find this piece of candy stuck to the outside crotch of my pants. All friggin' day long, it must have been there. I got to laughing in the bathroom, thinking, I wonder how many people saw that and wondered what in the hell is going on here. Oh, good Lord. You know, shit happens. You just got to kind of roll with it. Oh, We all saw it but didn't tell you. Great, thanks, CeeCee. Oh, God. Oh, hey, Elaine. Are you planning to sell, Elaine, are you planning to sell any of the junk journals you made for all of us in Maryland? I know, Denise. It's not normal. Because some lady, the video that I did, I think you saw it, where I showed all my goodies from the art weekend. One lady commented about how cool the blueprints were, and she raved about that journal. So she didn't ask me to buy one, but I'm thinking she would want to. She was really, really loved it, and rightfully so. Okay, let's see what else we got over here. Oh, you are? Okay, well, let me know when you get it to a place where you want to sell them, because I'll push that link for you. Oh, bells. What's this on? Oh, man, now one of my little sticky things stuck to sticky stuff. That's what sticky stuff does. Oh, Teresa, wait a minute. Was that you asking that? Teresa Peterman, was that you that asked me about that journal and the blueprint? No, I think it was somebody else. It was somebody I responded to recently on YouTube. Maybe that's why I'm thinking about you. Oh, you know what? What a dumbass. I should have done this later, so I had the whole thing over top of everything instead of... Why'd you let me do that? Oh, that's right. The mixing. Yep. Crap. Crappity, crap. You know what a pain in the ass that would be to try to... Why'd you guys let me do that? I'm going to blame it on you. I'm trying to watch chat, trying to do my project. But no. Where can I put that? A lot of gold down there, not a lot of gold up here. That's not looking that pretty, actually, that we thought was going to look so good. Not so much. I think what I'll do is keep going. Cover up a little something here and there. That pretty teal's hanging off. I'll have to cut that off, but that's okay. And then, yep, I'm going to put... That's what I'm going to do, Z. I'm going to put these over the spots that, aren't going to fit around there exactly. That's exactly what I'm going to do. She'll hit the medium jar. That's a big jar. That ain't going nowhere. I can hit that all day long. I think. Let's put you right up in this area. See if we can get you right on there. Now, Eileen, what I should have done is paint the whole damn thing black so when it stuck through a little bit. Oh, with the cough drop on? No, that's a possibility. That's a strong possibility. See, if I'd have painted it all black, it would have been taking care of itself. But no. Paint the edges black. Let me see if I can get a couple little stripes out of here. Get my big scissors. Get rid of that piece. Get out of here, kid. You bother me. Couple stripy pieces. To fill in a hole here and there. Maybe up there. Oops, I can't see it, and I keep dipping my brush way into that stuff. There's that one. And I have a similar situation over here. Yeah, this is U-Trick. It's like a quart of it, 1 quart. That's nothing special, but I like it. I like it. Wow. I use this for all my collages. All right. And now, what are we going to do? Oh, hell. Well, I just dropped my baby wipe on the floor, then ran over it with my wheel on my chair. All right. Well, I really like this paper. Do I need another little streak of something down here? Get that little white chunk out of there. I didn't expect to be doing collaging today. See what happens? It's all a surprise. Maybe I'll put that over top of that stripe a little bit. Let's go crazy. Cover up my black and white. Unheard of. This way. Which way do I want to do it? This way? No. This way. Stays less out of my circle. I got some edges hanging off that I'll have to, excuse me, cut off eventually when it dries. I need to do a collage because I'm out of my ATCs I cut up and send with my Etsy orders. Find a couple more skinny little stripes out of this. look like little checkerboards. Maybe I'll put that one up there. Over here, is that where I was going? I think so. Oh, I'm going to actually cut that little white bit off there. Keep it out of my moon. Shut up. Patty, you're pulling a Jamie in frame issue. Oh, that's because I'm zoomed in. I'm going to zoom back out. Thanks, Jane. Hello. Thanks. Now I got glue on my touchpad. Sorry, guys. So raptured by this that I can't really watch what I'm doing. Let me check that, make sure there's no emergencies. And no voicemail from that DC call, so come on. I'll put a piece up here too to finish that little bit off. That won't. Huh. Maybe not, because that's gonna. Maybe I'll put it here and cover that with a circle. We'll see. Oops. Let's see. You record your haul stream video. Oh, I think Z's doing her stream, her haul stream tonight. I think somebody else. Oh, Ange. I think somebody said Ange was streaming Friday. I do believe. Everybody loves their Elaine journals. They were fabuloso. All right, now how am I going to do that? Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these, as I said. Put that one that way. Actually, right there is a perfect spot because I'm making the black I painted under it look like one of the stripes, keeping it out of the moon and having it overlap a little bit with the vertical one I did. I like when they overlap and go a different direction. All right, there's one of those. What are we going to do over here? Let this one dry a minute. That looks weird, so I'm going to put it there. I like weird. Which is why I like Gala. Truth be told. Maybe I'll do that one like that. And that kind of covers up that whole thing, and I'll cut it off there. That way or this way? I think like that. That's what I'm thinking. I was making a list of streams to do the other day, and I really need to do a stream with Leslie Onstad's color art, the new formula of the twinkling H2Os in watercolor pans. I haven't sorry, lost track. I was watching stream. Always a mistake. I haven't had a chance to play with them. I really need to put pencils down and do that. Got one place up here. Maybe like, nope, the other way. It's got to go this way. It's going to be a lot of thickness on those holes to punch. But we're just going to have to do it. Wait a minute. That should be over further too. Maybe cover up that little bit. That hole can be open. Totally talking to myself. Right there from that. Okay. Ignore me. Ignore me. As you normally do. Okay. Oh, Elaine, if you've got an Etsy shop, put your link up. All right. There's kind of that one. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, they're stuck together. So I got to remember not to use that edge that I just munged up. That way. Or that way, probably, right? Yeah, that way. That away is where she's going. All right. I got two little teeny tiny pieces right there. And this corner up here needs to have some sort of, just that corner right there. I'll cut the rest off. Now, could I paint in there with black without totally dinking the whole thing up? Let's try to answer that as I attempt it. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Judy. Hello, hello. I haven't even used my acrylic paints and I don't know how long. I have enough for it to be illegal. And I just set my arm in all that paper towel with the matte medium. And all over my arm. Dave's going to have to take me outside and hose me off before I can go up and eat dinner. Holy mackerel. Why? Better leave that one in the water too. Okay. Try to get some of this gook out of here so it closes. I'm going to try to get this mess out of the way and then dry these and put another, I don't know, maybe pop some, maybe I'll get my Color Art Vivid Acrylics in Cashmere and put some, that's kind of a close to a rose gold. Leslie actually made that color, she told me, after she saw my first time I tried to make my rose gold. She used inspiration from that and made her cashmere color. Oh, that's pretty cool. Good Lord. What a mess. I am now a total glue booger. I can't pick up anything without it sticking to me. Hey, Jean. It's the black and white that always gives me away, Jean. Homeschool mom is Jean. Her name is Jean, and she lives one street over from me. And where do we meet? On YouTube years ago. Heat gun. Little, you know. So far, no one spelled her name right except for Kat. Thanks, CeeCee. I actually like the bottom here where it's just the black sticking out most of the way. I should have left that, do that over here. They're going to be kind of funky on the other side. Thinking about maybe putting a piece of something back there. Or maybe just paint them black. Oh, hell, what's that? Get off! I did a, Jean, I did a, hey, Glenda. I did put together, I'm binding a disc-bound watercolor journal like CeeCee did. If you watch CeeCee, if you don't, you should. Creations, CeeCee on YouTube. She bound 6x9 papers in a watercolor journal where she punched with a Levenger punch and used a disc binding. And I had to copy her because that's what you do. Copy CeeCee. All right, that's dry enough. Let me go back and cut off. Is that still sticky? That's still sticky. Get off my together. That's no more good. I'll put that on there. And then I got a little tidbit over here I got to get rid of. And this half a moon gala. half a moon down there. And that little bit. And then I got a little fragment up here. And right there. There we go. Excuse me. See how I did that, Dayla? Brought it back into play. Just hope I never have to pick you up at the airport, because you know that's how I'm going to have to greet you now. Security! Okay. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Get a little right there. And these little snags right there. I love these scissors. I have all three of Tim Holtz scissors sizes. And I really like these skizzers. Get my paint boogers out of here. All right, now I want to take my oh God, you're right, Eileen. Wouldn't that be a real bitch, if I must say so myself? Okay, let's do another little something. Now this has yellow gold on it in a couple places, but do we care that I'm going to mix my golds? All right, you'll not be able to see the chat for a minute because I'm going to my paint. Find my cashmere. Here it is. I'll do a little paper palette. Which I have here. Hey, Tiffany. Good to see you here at Southern Gals Design. You guys know Tiff? She's got an awesome YouTube channel too. If you don't know, or if you can put your link up there, Tiff. And Tiffany does a little retreat down in the Gulf where she gets a house, and I don't know, I guess 5 or 6 of her art friends go there. I've been wanting to do it for 2 years. I've had it on my calendar and I've always had something come up, a near disaster, one way or the other. I thought this year I might be able to do it, but it didn't work out with the puppy. Oakley here. So this is the Color Art Vivid Metallics, Ultra Metallics. And that one's the cashmere color. Oh, thanks, E. Okay, now, hang on. Let me get a little piece of paper here. I'm going to shake this a little bit more. It's been sitting for so long, it's separated a little bit. It has been a long time, Tiff. I forgive you. Actually, I haven't streamed that much in the last number of months. Just lately in the last month, I've gotten a few in. It's just been a crazy schedule, for real. For reals, for reals. Yeah, that's right. Elaine has a home down there, Tiffany. We should try to get you to one of my little retreats that I do up here. Tiffany, you would fit right in, I believe. Not that I've ever met you in person, but I do believe you would. Okay, let's assume that's mixed enough. And let me put out a little. That's my attempt at matching the size of this. And we're just going to pop a couple circles on here. Just kind of random here and there, off the page, on the page, around another circle. That's enough. Enough, I say. Tiffany, you probably know CeeCee from YouTube. She's here in chat creation, CeeCee. She was with us here. Thanks, Travis. She was with us here in Maryland this year. It was awesome. Lots of yucks, I can tell you that much. All right. Enough. I almost wiped this on my shirt, which is not that kind of an art shirt, which I usually always wore when I did acrylics. Remember, I used to use my shirt as my little inky binky cleanup rag. Well, I don't have that shirt on today. I got to fight my reflexes. You know what? Instead of wasting this paint, I think I should splatter some. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I got to do a little pop of black and white, Tiff. I like a little papa. I'm going to wet this fan brush. This is usually a good one to do splots. I hope the other Jean's not here with the splots. She doesn't like splots. I'll have this everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. Okay. Yeah, at least it's pretty. As I scrape it off my computer screen later. All right, let me get this cleaned up a little bit. Do a little drying. Where does this go? Put that over in the put away pile. Just getting very large. Tiffany is a hoot. I could just listen to her all day to listen to her accent. Got to tell you. I admit it. Chill Mr. Shade. You're new. Pay attention, Sandra. Pretty please, just in case. Okay, well, you know what? Just in case. Let me make the move myself here. Okay. Yeah, I blew him out, see, just in case. Don't know who he was, and his comment wasn't all offensive to me, and he might have been joking because of what I always say I see in my art, but not sure. I'm sure I'll get an email if he was valid, and I blew him out for nothing. If he was just trying to be funny and joking, I'll let him back in. But I don't think so for some reason. Okay, all right, let's put this away. And let me get rid of this because it's got some schmutz on it. Oh, good. I'm surprised you didn't get censored. Vintage market days. Oh, That sounds like fun. Heat gun. I should have went with just more yellow gold, actually. To carry on the theme, but I didn't, so we'll have to live with it. Hey, Mary. I'm just drawing up some, if you guys follow CeeCee on YouTube, Creation CeeCee, I made a watercolor journal with the Levenger hole punch and the disc binding system like she did. I saw hers in person. It was, I know, it is. It'll peel paint. But I got it dialed back on the temperature. I blew out like 3 of the Ranger ones, and then I got another one. I forget what it was. I think it's purple, but it's more like a heat gun. But it's packed in one of my bags. It just kind of stays there. Yeah, you could set something on fire. I got this one originally when I was doing Jody O's technique on. We would get clay board and paint it in layers and layers of silks. And then you'd put this on high and blister it in certain areas. It was really cool. That was years ago I was doing that up in Jersey when they still had Create. There's CeeCee's video or link. Yeah, I've got it dialed back to medium. And I can still wave my hand under it. I wouldn't want to stay there for long, but you know. Make sure this is dry behind these. Any glue kind of glumped up in those holes because I got to go back and repunch those. I want them to be dry so I don't mung up my punch first time I use it. That would not be good. Travis, what I usually do when I see a link in chat, I click on it and let it open another depending on what, I don't know if you're on your phone or whatever, but I usually watch on my laptop, and then I click on every link I'm interested in, and it opens a separate browser page, and I can go back later and check out whatever it was. That's what I do. That also gets me in trouble with stuff like Tokyo Pigments. Hello? Who the hell put that link out there last week? I would like to see them in my office. So, yeah, I think in YouTube Live, I think only the mods can add links, because I think as a chatter on somebody else's, I tried to add a link and it didn't work. But you can type in stuff like the word like Facebook space the word dot space com and kind of get it through in code. Patty, did you buy anything from Tokyo Pigments? Do I have to disclose that in public, Denise? I might have bought a few. Just a few. They are expensive. They're expensive. But there was a few that I couldn't resist, so you know how that goes. Safe assumption. All right, let's see. Is this dry enough? I might let this sit a little bit. I was thinking about maybe doing some doodles on here. Which will Meet you in the poorhouse. All right, let me get rid of those so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go do a little bit of doodles on here because it doesn't look right without it to me. I should get out my white pen too. My big, oh, maybe the silver one. Now that I got mixed metals on there. Where the hell is it? Oh, crap, the lunch. Hey, Tiff. Thanks for dropping in. Tend to the chickens. This is a PBO. CeeCee, did you get one of these when we went to American Craftsman? I think you did. I think it was you asking me about it. This is oil. This marker is oil. So it takes a little while for this to dry. I'm just going and filling in where it needs a little thump mouth. Like this right here, this intersection is a little weird to me. So I'm going to cover that up. And it's always got to be an even number. Odd number. Oh my God, I said even number. And now I have 4 of those. So let's just go off the page here and put 3 of these little boogers down here. And usually dry like chrome. I mean, really shiny. Doesn't on every single surface, though. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Most of the time you do get it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go right down the middle here. Hey. So now I have silver, cashmere, and yellow gold on there. Mix it all up. That's what they are. The PBO 4 artist marker. This one's in. Will come in. It's oil based. Come on. No. Let's try to get it out. There we go. Almost focused in. Hi. PBO. And I don't know where it says the color, but it's silver. It's silver. Oh, yeah. What are we going to hear now? What in the world? Something in the way. And that will come. Get out of there. What the heck's this? Now, what is this? Oh, that's a Decories by Sakura. I think it's like a black glitter. Something other. That fell out of the bin. Oh. Oh, interesting. Guess I had to have it for some reason. So there's, I don't know, that metallic will show up for you guys. Glasses on, glasses off. A little glittery. This is what it is. For those who are going to ask me. Watch it. There we go. Sakura Decories. I think I got it on Etsy. Okay. Let's see what we got going here. So see how shiny they are? Got a lot of PBO in the background and those jelly prints too. That's a little flashy. So, I want these to dry a little bit more. I might let these air dry, but then if I do that, I can't finish my journal on stream. What time? At 5:30. What time did I come on? Thanks, Judy. 3, right? So it's 6 o'clock. That'll give me time to go upstairs, get some laundry started, eat dinner, and watch Sandra. I have to base my social schedule around my meals and my other social schedules. Oh, this is what it's going to do. See that quick? I forgot what the hell I was doing. I'm just going to put some dots along the black bits of these black and white stripes, maybe. My hand is so unsteady. I watched CeeCee make those lines and stripes. That turquoise and purple tree that you did, real abstract with all the lines filled in the background. Then you did the circles in rose gold, and then drew the fine lines around those. It's like I'm watching a machine. Bring in close while I'm doing the dots. And you can actually see the dots. Trying to go where I don't put my hand in the silver. Do not have the steadiest hand anymore. I'm just going to put 3 across these. And I'm drawing little circles. I'm not just putting in little dots because the dots are pretty fine. I've done it before. I have dot experience with this. This is just a Sakura Uniball Signo. Sorry, Uniball Signo. I think this might be the wide one. Doesn't say wide on there unless it says it in Japanese. But I think it's the wide. Either way, you guys know what these are. Wait a minute. What's that? What's that? What's that? Oh, okay, Z, I'll catch up with you later. Thanks, Gail. I'm going back in the chat. Hey, Limo, you're Norma, right? It's hard enough for me to remember one name, let alone another name. Let's see here. Stay away from the silver. Yeah, it's a pretty cool marker. The silver. Most surfaces it will dry to like a mirrored chrome finish. All right, did I get everything that needs a dot? I do believe I did. All right, let's go to this one. Oh, good. Norma, okay, I got that one right. I should win something like on Steve Harvey's show when they have to do the matching things, matching tiles. Thanks, Norma. I've seen you on other streams, and I thought I was able to put that name together from comments and stuff on other streams. I had another thing popped in my head about a pigment color combination. Oh, well, you know what? I need to make some rose gold. I need to make 2 pans of rose gold. I'm going to do that while these dry, and then I'll go back to putting these back together. But I need to do that. I'm not watching the chat right at the moment, as I speed along with my dots. I don't know, Dot. I might just paint it black inside the cover. I don't know if I could find a piece of paper. Or, you know what would be cool? Putting like a black and white checked scrapbook paper on the inside. That kind of goes with everything, just like the black and white duct tape stuff does the checks. I love the checks. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, or the stripes that are on the front. That's true. So here's where I am momentarily. Oh, I'm zoomed in. Sorry. Didn't mean to shove that in your face. See how silver they are? They're very silver. Silvery silver. There we go. All right, I'm going to sit those there. Let me go get my piece of glass. Hang on. Oh my God, I should have taken a leaf. Jeez Louise. Oh. It's too old for this crap. Okay. This won't take me long to mix. I'm zoomed in too close. Let me zoom back out again. So I can't get it all in the picture. Why don't you get out of harm's way? Oh, I don't need to mull these because they're metallics. I just need to mix them up with my handy dandy. Oh, hell. It just fell out of there. I'll just use this one. I don't need my big one for this necessarily. And grab a couple pans. Uh-oh. Yeah. Where the hell did I put my pans? Hello. I just bought 100 half pans and 100 full pans. Oh, here they are. Okay. Thought I was a loser. Oh, I don't have to open those yet. Okay, never mind. I'm back. Hold on. Hold on. 2 of these. 2 of these. I need to make. Oh, I've already got one made here. Let me see. Maybe I don't have to make two. Let me make sure this is right. Where are we? I think that's just rose gold. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I can cap that one off. Make these two. I got to do lagoon in these. I got to do that. I got to do that. I'm starting to prefer full pans to half pans. I know. I am too, CeeCee. I saw this girl on Instagram, and I asked her where she got this tin. It was, it had 48 full pans. There were 12 this way and 4 rows of 12 in a tight tin. And she said, and she had it, showed it on her desk with it open. Hey, Sherry. And she said that she bought it from a shop on Etsy. She doesn't think she's open anymore, but she actually had bought it, and the lid was painted. I'll have to look back, CeeCee. I'll send it to you. But it's a really cool palette. And I thought, oh, but yeah, because if you use a bigger brush, I don't know. So, okay, I need focus. My bronze. Silver. All right. Here's my mask. All right. Is my camera crooked? Hang on, I'm going to move my camera. It's the way it's on the mount. It's on a monopod that hangs from my ceiling, and it can move like so. And the cord is hanging down. Like here, I'm touching the cord. And when I show you guys something up close, the cord's right there, and it moves the camera little by little. If you're ever wondering what the hell's going on. Oops. I just kind of eyeball this. It's like you can't really screw it up. Well, if anybody could, I could. If I'm saying I'm not. The crackling came back. Oh, maybe it has to do with the cord of the camera. That's not good. I'm gonna move it. Is this making any kind of crackling while I'm doing this? Crap. That's not good. I don't want to buy another camera. It's not that old, and it's there, and the most it moves is when I bump it. Oh, this isn't white, Mary. This is sterling silver. That's sterling silver. It's not white. It looks white, but it is not. Mix these up a little bit dry. Get out my medium. Dig a little hole like I'm going to make pasta. Oh, it sounds good now? That's really strange. It must have something to do with that damn cord. It's bronze. Not really gold, it's bronze. And it's going to make my rose gold that I make. What rose gold? I guess it's rose gold. If I sound like I'm being kidnapped, it's because I have my mask on. I'll bring you in closer. This stuff's really cool when you see it. Bye, Jean. Have a good dinner. I am. I was trying to get my head under the camera, but I can't. That's why I sound like I'm kidnapped. I got a mask on, which is fogging up my glasses as I breathe through it. But that's the way it goes. Gonna need a lot more than that. Still need more. A lot of pigment. I'm using the creamer medium. Kramer. Always called it Kramer, but when we were there, they said it's Dr. Kramer. Kremer. He pronounces it himself Kramer. So I guess he knows what his name is. Yeah, this is the watercolor medium that's already got gum arabic, honey, and glycerin in it, already prepared. And it's the favorite of mine that I've used so far. But this is what makes the pigment into paint and makes it stick to your paper when you put watercolor on paper. It's what makes it stick to the paper. Need a bit more. And one thing we learned when we went to Kramer for the watercolor making class, when you're using metallics or the pearlescence, you're not supposed to mull it. You're just supposed to keep mixing it with a palette knife, like so. Supposedly, I can almost take this mask off once this is all kind of damp and stays down. The way the cells of the I am making watercolor paint now. That's what this is doing. When you combine the medium to the pigments, that's how you make watercolor paint. But something to do with the mica that's in here, the cells of that are flat instead of, I guess, round like some of the other pigments are. And they don't do well with mulling. So they recommend that you use a knife and just keep blending and blending and blending by hand. I think that can use a teeny tiny bit more. Yes, it dries in the pan. Just like this. Just like that. I like to experiment and make mad scientist mixes, which is what I did last stream. And you'll notice that some paints, when you see videos of being mulled, they look more like heavy cream and mulled over a huge sheet of glass that's, you know, with a glass muller. But they suggest not doing this to this. You get better results whenever the mica is involved, apparently. Actually, that feels pretty good. Let me see. What we're looking like. Let me have a little piece of paper. It's very addicting. These pigments just dance when you put them. Let me see if I can show you. And they just go and go and go and go. That'll be a little bit shinier when it dries. You'd think wet it would be shinier, but it's not. These metallics. Okay, I can get rid of this mask. Whew, Lordy. Ah. Oh. All right, let me load up. Okay. Oh yeah, I've mixed a lot of colors. Mary, is your name Mary? Mary Altier? Probably really screwing up your name. I've watched your videos and I should know your first name, but I just want to make sure we're not all assuming, although most people call everybody by their screen names here anyway. Yeah, at the beginning of this stream, I showed some little mad scientists. Mary. Great. The beginning of this video, I showed some colors that I mixed last week, just playing with like experiments that were in my head about mixing different colors. And this one shrunk down, so I'm going to go back and fill this. And I have quite a bit left, which is not by accident. So I'll put some in my big Petri dish of rose gold. This is what I call a pan of rose gold. All right. Don't want to waste a molecule of that one. Okay. Put that back there. That'll dry in the drawer. Now I need to clean this up. And I need to make 2 half pans of my, I'm over 3 hours. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, like Oakley would say. I know. See, you're going to need a bigger desk. You had all your favorites in Petri dishes. Oh my. All right, let's get this wiped down. All right, now, and these are going overseas that I promised to send to 2 watercolor artists. You guys know Eve Bolt and Otto Cano. I told them I'm going to send them both a pan of my rose gold to try. Eve was testing out the Schminke gold palette that she just got a limited edition of. I know, right? If only you could eat it. Don't eat the paint. Now I have the semicircle smears on my mask, on my glasses from my mask. Love that. I hate my glasses being smeared. It drives me bonkers. Okay. This is Pacific Lagoon. One of my favorites. Hey, Kellyanne. That's a new name. Welcome. I'm mixing up a little bit of watercolor paint for some artists that I told that I would send this to. This pigment is really expensive too, but it's a really cool pigment. Probably my favorite. Oh, have a question. Go at it. Go for it. I'm watching chat now for you, Kellyanne. This one, you should see this one when it starts to liquefy. You can't see much when it's, oh, you know what? What is the difference between a full and a half pan? This is a full pan and this is a half pan. 2 of these to make 1 of these. It's literally half of that. And I don't know the milliliters that's supposed to each are supposed to hold. You can find that online. I was actually looking that up the other day, and the information's out there. But it's just the standard pan of watercolor size. The half is literally half of a full pan. Does that answer your question? You know what I want to do? Let's just see for giggles. If I put this piece of black paper under here, if any of this will show up like it does on black paper when you put it there. You might start to see a little turquoise come through there. Patty, this is a silver, right? Like before. No, this is Lagoon. This is Pacific Lagoon pigment. This is a different pigment. This is a color shifting pigment that turns purple, turquoise, and green at different angles. Where the hell's my mask? Gotta put my mask back on. And this one really sucks up the medium. You can see a little bit of that blue behind the black, right? Miss Lennox, hello, dear. Sort of, does it take more expensive product for? Does it take more expensive You put the same product in either pan, Kelly. It's just a measurement. Do you want a half pan of it or do you want a full pan of it? Some brands sell them in both sizes. Some brands only sell half pans, but you can buy full pans and half pans empty and then fill with the tubes of whatever you want to put in them. My cough is getting a little bit better, Galena. I've been on that steroid inhaler for, God, I don't know, a week and a half or something. Still not right, though. Something's still askew. It's the size of the pan has nothing to do with, other than it costs more to buy more product, right? But the same pigments in either pan, it's the same stuff. It's just more expensive because it's twice as much product. I might be confusing you even more. I'll keep trying until I get it right. You can see a little bit of that. I mean, does it cost? I mean, is it a good cost savings over retail? You mean to buy a full instead of a half pan? Well, it depends, because like at Creamer, the half pan's only like $1 or $2 cheaper than a full pan, and you get twice as much product. So one's like $9 and one's like $16 on some of the more expensive pigments. So it depends on, you know, if it's artist grade, if it's student grade. And not every brand sells individual pans. You'd have to buy a set of pans in a tin in some brands. Well, to make full, you mean making it with the pigments and stuff? It's cheaper to buy a full pan and be done with it. But when I'm making, you can't buy. I'm using special pigments, and I'm mixing them with other special pigments to come up with blends that aren't available anywhere but right here at my desk. Because you have to buy a tube of paint to fill, if you're not going to mix the pigments from dry pigments and medium to make the paint. If you're going to buy pre-made paint in a tube, you'd have to buy a whole tube, whether it's a small or a large tube. One of those tubes is going to be more than a full pan. So you'd be buying more product than you'd need to fill the pan. Does that make sense? Which is good if you like the color, because then you'll have extra. It's just like anything else. The bigger the quantity you buy, the cheaper it is. But when you're combined, if you can't really compare buying pre-made product to making the paint yourself. Yeah, I'm making crazy, weird combinations of stuff that nobody makes that you can't buy anywhere. Yes, Mary. I'm mixing, get stuff that I can't buy anywhere else. Not for saving money, trust me. Oh, if only I was saving money. I am not saving money by doing this for sure. But this is just this one pigment that I'm mixing in here. I did one, if you watch the recording of my last stream, when I was doing some experiments, the one experiment I did at the end, I bet I had 5 or more pigments mixed into that. But the pigments aren't, they're all special, like metallic and pearlescent pigments over the 2 base pigments that were a cobalt teal and a hosta perm pink. It's a transparent color. So, but I had gold in there. I had, I think, some chroma green. I had magic green. I had, I don't remember what the hell all I put. I'd have to go back and watch it myself to remember what I put in there. but it made some really cool stuff. No. The creamer pigments, they're raw pigments. You have to mix to make paint, any kind of paint, acrylic or watercolor. You have to use the appropriate medium that has the stuff in it that makes it stick to the paper. So this is creamer watercolor medium that I use. It's got gum arabic, honey, and glycerin in it. And it's already pre-mixed in here, so it's convenience, right? You can get it you can get it from yourself and buy even powdered gum arabic that you have to liquefy, and you have to do. I don't have the time, patience, or inclination to do that. I just buy the ready-made medium, and just like for acrylic paint, you would use acrylic medium with these same pigments to make it acrylic paint. I've used several different mediums, and I prefer the creamer, but I really would suggest using that with if you get creamer pigments. They seem to lend themselves to, you know, working out better with their own pigment. But I'm sure you could make them with, excuse me, I'm sure you could make them with making your own gum arabic or just buying gum arabic from another company to make them. So let me show you what this Lagoon does, so you can see what I'm talking about. When I say it's a very special pigment, this is just black. There's the rose gold that I made a little while ago. Hello. It's hard. It's so shiny. It's hard to get a good picture of it. Let me put the cap back on here before I have a disaster. So when the gum arabic is the binder that is like glue that makes the pigment stick to the paper. If you just mix this dry pigment with water and put it on paper, it would look just like this. But when it dried, it would be, the water evaporates, it's dry pigment, it would fluff off like it's baby powder. Well, watercolor is never permanent. It's always reactivated by water. But when it dries, it will stick to the paper. Yeah, it will stick to the paper. But it's, if you took a wet brush and went back over it when it's dry, you could reactivate it. It's like these are dry, but if I go in here with a brush with water and come back over it, I'm reactivating. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen. I'm reactivating that, right? I can do that to any of these. They're watercolor and they're water reactive. See, they're just reactivating and spreading back around again. So, sorry, hang on. What I'm going to do, let's see this piece of black paper, and I want to show you this pigment. This is the Pacific. I want to try to find it where it's dry already. I don't want to dip into these wet ones and contaminate it. Hang on a minute. Let me figure out where my closest bit of, here we go. Bye, Mary. Take care. So this is a pan that I made of the Pacific Lagoon. All right, it looks like it's white in there in the tube, but as soon as I get this wet with these black bristles, you can start to see the color coming up on there, right? Oh, so Mary was leaving. I was trying to show her this. Oops, I guess she'll see it in the recording if she watches. But anyway, on black paper, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. I'm even out of water, and I'm now dry brushing, and there's still pigment on there. Now you'll see this as this dries more. And it's hard to show on camera because it will never pick up the purple. Well, there you see a little bit of purple, although it's out of focus. But this is a brilliant turquoise, and it flashes from purple. There you get a little bit of the purple. It doesn't look as bright as it does in person. even. And there's a green and a turquoise. The green's hard to see, and the purple's hard to see on camera. But in person, this flashes back from turquoise to purple brilliantly before your eyes. And that's because it does that. That's what makes that pigment so expensive. And then they don't sell pans of that. So if you want to make that, you got to buy the pigment, you got to buy the medium, you got to have, the glass and the muller, blah, blah, blah. You have to have a muller for that because it's metallic, but you get my drift. Oh, Lord, hang on, make sure this isn't a crisis. Chelsea sent me a picture of the baby. Oh, I know I was going to show you guys. Some of you know that we had our deck. We had some construction done on the deck. I don't know if this will show or not on here. But anyway, we had a roof. We just had a deck. Then we had a roof put over the existing deck, and we had the deck extended. But some of you know that we were having a project done on the deck. Almost done. Construction's done. Decorating's not done. Had a roof put on. Yep. And had the deck extended 12 feet from that step up. So the grills are out there. I forgot how zoomed in I was. We had a piece of granite in our basement for 10 years. We put it up here. Use it as a buffet or cooking space for Dave. We got some furniture. That table's one of those fire tables where the center comes up and there's glass rocks in there. And the flame comes through the rocks. Hang on. Like so. Here's our fire table. Our firefighter. Yes, Oakley. Elodie? Hello there, but we I don't, unless somebody knows French. Well, CeeCee will know what he or she is saying, but no, it's English. So let me go back to these real quick. These should be dry enough for me to punch. Yeah, Oakley entertaining. That's an entertaining idea all on its own. Let me get these out of the way. Put them up here. Safe dry. Joe, can you put in Z store so Kelly can see the hand mix? Oh yeah. I don't know, Joe, do you have the link? It's Zandra's store is paintandpaperstudio.com. Paintandpaperstudio.com. Thanks, CeeCee. Okay, now I'm going to try to repunch these covers. Oh, and they're not going to go in there, are they? Oh, you rascal, you. Are you kidding me? Can I make that go any thicker? I'll be darned. One more layer of paper over this chipboard. It is not going to let me punch these covers. Are you freaking kidding me? That's not French, but I'm about to speak French. Nope. It won't go in there. That's because some paper are overlapping, therefore creating extra thick. Right, exactly. Precisely. And this is on the chipboard that was thick enough in the first place. Son of a bitch. All right, so now, oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. I thought I was done. Where the hell is mine? Where the hell is my, oh, you know what? It's still packed. Oh no, after all your hard work. Yeah, that's about right, Joe. That's about how I roll. Now, where do I have my self-healing mat? I think I had it packed for the metal class, didn't I? Oh, hell, I don't have it. I don't know where that is. Did I partially unpack and have it sitting somewhere I'm not aware of? I don't know. So we'll try glass. I don't know. Will that work? What a pain in the buttski. Sandra sells, yes, she sells the rose gold, and I'm not sure if she's doing the Pacific Lagoon or not anymore because it's so expensive. People that don't know what it is don't want to buy it. But the pigment itself is very expensive. There's no price on this one. But a small jar like this, when you buy it, because it's a heavier pigment than some of these are, it's only filled up to here. And the rest of this jar up here is empty. So you only get enough to make a few pans out of one of that size jar. And I think it's like $16 or more to make a full pan of that. I'm tapping. I'm tapping. Okay, let me find my damn knife. Lordy, 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 lordy. Okay, here we go. Oh, and my blade just came out. Why did my blade come out? All right, now I got to take my glasses off, which means I can't really see chat because I got to look close at this. Oh my. This is not going to go well because I have no steady hand. Won't that be a bitch? I screw these up now. Sorry, I know I'm off screen, but I'm so zoomed in. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit. Good night, Nellie. Oh, CeeCee, I should have got the big punch. Good Lord. Well, I guess one's done. Hang on, Kelly. I think I missed your question, misunderstood your question. Does he sell what you just made? She makes it herself and sells it, but she makes the same thing as this. She uses my recipe for the rose gold and sells it as PTP, Patti Tolley Parrish Rose Gold. And she was making the lagoon that I just made, but I think you'd have to message her for a special order because it's so expensive. I don't know if she's going to carry it as a stock thing in her shop anymore. Wonder if they make a separate punch where you can just punch a single one of these holes. Bye, Sherry. I bet they do on Amazon, make a punch that's just artist punches one of these. I betcha. I betcha they do. Oh, and during our working out on the deck this morning, I showed you that already, blew off my thumbnail. Yeah. Xander's YouTube is Scraps to Beauty, all one word. Oh, I might, CeeCee. I might. Let me look at my itty bitty punch department. That one's too big. That one's probably too small. I need one that's just right. Maybe this. I wonder if this would. Is that a punch? No, that's a rivet setter. This is a punch down here. This might. Let me see. That one might even be the right one. That's actually small. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do anything to the back now at all, Dot. If I do, I'll punch that paper first before I glue it down. Screw me once. You know how that goes. Oh, it did pretty much, CeeCee. That's pretty close. Oh, I love it when you people give me good ideas. It's kind of hard to find the right angle to get that hole just right. Shut up, Gala. She's been kind of quiet. That worries me. She's probably pulling up in my driveway. All right, let's see where that got me. I know, wouldn't it? And you'd think it adjusts by where you want to put the holes. You know, you can move these. You can move these back and forth, but no adjustment for the thickness that I am aware of. Didn't say anything about it being adjustable either. Sweet mama. Okay. Shoot, that probably tore a piece on the front a little bit. Oh, I can pretty much eyeball that and get that right down that lane and get that out of there. That's pretty easy. Well, the first one I did by myself looks worse than the rest of them. I might just try to punch that and try to make that round again. Ish. Everything, that's my world. I should call my channel the Ish channel. Everything is like, oh, sort of, kind of, maybe close to that, but never exact. All right. I think that'll sort of work. Sort of, kind of. Let's see. All right. Pay attention. One. CeeCee, I love you. In case I haven't told you yet today. You are brilliant. That's why you're CeeCee. All right. They do. Happy Planner does have one but I'm told it's the holes a little bit shaped just the tiniest bit different, that it doesn't glide as nicely over the Levenger discs. It would, of course, on their own discs. I used to have one of those. I sent it to Shannon. She was doing something, and I thought, I bet she could use this. I never used the damn thing, and I sent it to her. And there we go. This is much easier. I'm a better cutter on a straight line than I am trying to go around that circle. I'm going to look and see if there's this individual. I bet there is. I bet they sell something where you can make one of these punches. You might even have it on Levenger. I don't know. Xandra's going to go live at 7:30 Eastern tonight. So in an hour, Xandra will be live on her channel, Kellyanne. She generally streams live 7:30 p.m. on Sundays and 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. That's her regular streaming time. Hopefully I'll get another regular streaming time going here at some point. One more hole. We try to put these covers on this journal and call it a day. I got stuff to do. Laundry's awaiting. Luckily, Dave does his own laundry. I just have to do my laundry. Well, it wasn't as straight as it seemed from the other side. These are still kind of rough, right? Might not have been a great idea. All right, let's just see what we got. Okay. Get my spectacles back on. Now I got to decide which one of these I like the best for the front cover. Which one do I like the best? I think this one, because this one, it's more obvious how these are a little raggedy. So that's what we'll do. So here's, oh Lord, let me get a baby wipe and try to get some of this stuff off of me so I don't mung up my papers and my journal right off the bat. Bye, CeeCee. Thanks for hanging in there. Must have milk for tea. It's a must have. Okay. All right. Here's the journal that I made, put together with the disc-bound journal like CeeCee did. I did it cheating because I used the B paper 6x9 that you can buy already cut in a pack. Oh, hang on. All right. So here we go, the moment of truth. And then the back cover. Well, hang on. Let me get this unzoomed. Unzoom. There we go. So there it is. There's my cover. Oh, I should have kept this in mind that this was rose gold and put more rose gold stuff on there, but that's okay. It's a mixed media cover on a watercolor journal. Is that appropriate? I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but I like it. It all works out in the end, right? See, Eileen, I didn't drop a disc. I win. So there you go. See those flashes of that silver pen I showed you? There we go. All right. So keep in mind, guys, that we have, well, in the U.S., we have a Labor Day holiday coming up. So I'm probably going to be able to stream sometime next week, weekend, maybe even twice because I'm off an extra day. But keep in mind that on September 13th through the 16th, I'm going to be doing live streams every day. And Joan, who's Joan Smithies on chat, one of my mods on chat. She is Crafterholic with a K on Facebook. She is iStencil's latest new designer, and she's going to be having her line of stencils on iStencils.com, and her stencils will be under my heading of Patti Tolley Parrish stencils. And we will be introducing hers. We'll have a sale coupon. I'll be doing streams every day and showing her designs and some of my designs and even other artist designs on there. So don't miss that sale. It's either going to be 20 or 25% off, a free stencil offer, free shipping in the US over a certain amount. I'll have all the details later. I'll put it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And if you're subscribed to my channel, it'll come up. And you should click the little bell and it'll notify you so you don't miss out on Joan's new stencil launch. It will be fabulous. Anyway, all right. Going to go do some laundry, get some dinner, hang out with my family. I'll be back next weekend. I'm sure of it. See you guys. Thanks for hanging. Now I got to go figure out how to end my stream. And here we go. Bye, YouTube.